Now, my final guest tonight has had the world turned backwards for her, been saved from death at Niagara Falls, foiled an atom bomb plot at the Eiffel Tower, hung from a helicopter, and is best known as a female reporter. She's the closest Superman has ever got to a girlfriend. So meet the Daily Planet's Lois Lane, also known as Margot Kidder. Well, you don't look like Lois Lane to me in those glasses.
No, no, I'm just me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In the sailor suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this, would you mind being remembered as Lois Lane? You didn't mind me introducing you as Lois Lane because that's what you're best known for. Would you mind being remembered mainly for that?
Well, I don't know if when I die I want to be remembered mostly as a woman who lusted after a man who wore blue tights and red underpants over there. I think I would hope there'd be more to it than that.
Because she's a bit of a dumb bunny, isn't she?
No, she's not at all.
Oh, come on.
No.
Hang on, she's got this fella who's the image of Superman and who disappears whenever Superman appears, and she still hasn't cottoned on to the fact that they're one and the same person.
She's the only one who's figured out they're one and the same, and if you remember, in the first one I figured it out and he had to turn the world backwards in time, so I forgot. And in the second one, they came up with something Christopher and I referred to as the kiss of amnesia, where once I found out that Clark Kent was Superman, he had to kiss me and make me forget.
That's right. But she's, I mean, her brain just went again, didn't it?
She's a very bright, best reporter at the Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's a bit of a dump. But anyway, you like her, don't you? You obviously like this woman.
I think she's pretty terrific, yeah. I think she's fun.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What about Superman himself? You couldn't like him much, could you?
Well, the outfits are odd, but, yeah, I like him. I mean, in real life, I think someone that good might get a little boring. But Christopher and I have such fun playing together. We've grown up, basically, together in the movies, 10 years now.
Yes.
And so we've been through almost everything together. At one point, we were strapped together in these body molds 40 feet from the air for, 8 to 10 hours a day for months on end, and if there ever was a way to get to know somebody, that's it. So we went through the bickering that one would do and discussing this and that about life, and so we're really great pals.
Yeah. But you're known for your forthright opinions. You expressed several of them, I think, just after the making of Superman 1, didn't you, about the people who produced these things. I mean, Christopher, as I said to him, he's always said, after the first, he said, I'm never going to make another Superman movie. Now, this is the fourth one he's making. You had a forthright opinion or two, hadn't you, about the producers?
Well, I was rather angry that the man, Dick Donner, who directed the first one and was responsible for making the producers extremely rich and for making Christopher and I stars and giving us careers, was fired and not paid, and I made my anger known to someone from Time Out.
Pretty plucky, wasn't it? Because you might never have worked again.
Well, no, I didn't. If you remember in Superman 3, I had 12 lines, and one of them was, "Oh, Clark."
So did you go crawling to the Salkins and
No, we have new producers this time, Canon, and I rather liked them, and they wanted me back.
You would.
So I was delighted to come back.
They're giving you more than 13 lines. Yeah.
Yes, quite a few more.
Are you difficult on set? Are you a demanding actress? Are you hard to work with?
I think I'm a delight.
Yeah.
But, no, there's a bizarre thing in... Excuse me, this is my disgusting hanky. I have a bit of a cold. Women who fight for their, what you'd have to call artistic integrity, are called difficult because we're still sort of expected to sit in the corner and look pretty and be quiet. And men who do the same thing are called, determined and caring and all of that sort of thing. Yeah. And so I think most women who care about their work in my business have a moment or two here and there of being called a bit difficult. But no, we get along wonderfully. I mean, I think a lot of it is the press. They love to they just love scandal. And Mariel Hemingway, who's wonderful, who's in Superman 4, and I get along like a house on fire, and yet there keep appearing these things about how we're rivals, and you know, there's a bit of jealousy going on, and it's all kind of nonsense.
But you've diversified a lot. You've played a lot of parts. Made a terrible movie in Ireland that I saw called Quacks and Murphy or something, with Gene Wilder.
Well, a lot of people liked it.
Oh, it was terrible. But I mean, when you do diversify,
I was only 20.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you.
No, good.
But when you do diversify, it can happen, can't it? That you can make a lot of rubbish among the good stuff.
Well, I've never been very good at picking scripts that were particularly commercial, and I've always picked them according to the character, and I've always liked to play a different character every time out of the gate, and so I never pay attention to plot, which I guess audiences do, and so I never notice if the plot's absolutely dreadful. I only notice if the character's interesting.
You're looking at yourself all the time. That's what it is. You're not listening to the story. You're watching yourself, are you?
Well, it's sort of fun. It's over there. It's hard to move.
Yeah. Well, there we are again. Yeah. Now, you also had a bash at writing and producing documentaries. You like doing that, too?
No, I had one bash, and I got fired.
Oh.
I was hired to direct a documentary on the making of a movie called Missouri Breaks. I'd done a film at the American Film Institute, and the director thought it was good and hired me. At any rate, I, like a fool, thought what they wanted was a real film on the real making of a movie. So, of course, I filmed all the fights, and I filmed the fellow shooting up the horses with tranquilizers before the actors who couldn't really ride got on them. And I filmed
too realistic,
the production manager trying to figure out how to cheat the extras out of $5 a day. And then I couldn't understand why I was banned from the set. And I said, but this is the real thing. At that point, I thought, I'm a real filmmaker here. And it took me quite a while to realize I was supposed to be making a promotional film and showing everybody as happy and gay and having a wonderful time.
What about your daughter, Maggie? Are you going to let her be an actress, or are we going to encourage her to be a writer or a producer? What does she want,
She wants to write. She wants to write. Oh, speaking of children, I want to send my love and say hi to my niece, Janet Kidder, in Sittingbourne, Kent.
Good. You've
Hi,
done
Janet.
It. Good old Janet.
Yes.
It's good to see you again. You won't be for the first time, but I feel as if I've met you more than once. You're going back to finish Superman 4. It's nearly in the can, is it?
I finished day before yesterday.
Well.
And they finish, I think, in September.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in it.
Thank you very
Margot
much.
Kidder.
Good to meet you.
Hello.